So his passive, Oberon gains righteous negation to himself and his allies in affinity range. Awesome. When he collects health. So when he gets health orbs. Protecting players against the next instance of damage. Stacks up to 3 times. All right, so that's his passive that does that. Okay. So I think this is going to be really good for doing an equilibrium build now. Smite is the big deal. This does percentage damage now. Enemies near the target also take a portion of damage. So that means basically just throwing the one on the strongest enemy in the area, which is usually like an overguard enemy, is the play to do a fuck ton of damage. 75%. Oh, I think that's a cap. I don't know if it's worth it to throw a blind rage on the build, because I'm already at 64% and that's not even counting multi augmented. So I'm sure I'm going to hit that cap really easily. The 2, is it going to be any better? Because the 2 was kind of garbo. That's cool. So the 2 giving resistance against statuses is really, really strong. That's nice. So the 2 has a purpose. 3 gives allies 2 times bonus armor. Right now I'm getting 93% armor. If I threw in a blind rage, 100% is the cap. Oh man, so it's not worth it to go blind rage on his build at all, because look, I'm already at cap basically 93%, and my strength is only at 185%. So I don't think it's worth it to go full blind rage on Oberon, because he has too many caps going on with the 1 and the 3. So yeah, it's kind of like just leave it alone with strength. Multi augmented is going to be more than enough to cover that you know, to get to the cap. The 4, this is where you get health orbs. So lifts enemies in the air, the same shit, the crowd control thing, removing their armor, so it does it innately. That's awesome. Enemies hit by this ability will grant Oberon additional armor and have a chance to spawn health orbs when they die. Oh, chance. What's the chance? 50% chance. All right, so it's not guaranteed to drop a health orb. That sucks, but at least it's stripping their armor completely, so that's fucking awesome. And then it's giving you armor, so you're basically stealing armor from the enemies. If we blind raged, that goes up to 635. So that's the only thing that seems like doesn't have a cap, is the actual 4's armor increase, as well as the damage, of course, but whatever. The biggest downside to Oberon, in my opinion, is that, you know, we have this new ability where we can give ourselves like this resistance to damage. Like basically those little shields that are floating over my carrier right now, you see them like floating, you can stack up to 3 of them, and that gives you complete invulnerability to the next attack. The problem is that it's not like Revenant. What it does is, like, when you get hit, it immediately diminishes a shield. So it could be the smallest little hit. It could be a hit for 1,000 damage, or it could be a hit for 10,000 damage. It doesn't matter. It's gonna diminish the shield. So basically, when you're getting shot the fuck up, you're just gonna break. It's gonna break all the shields, and then you're gonna be stuck with nothing. And then you have to rebuild that by getting more health orbs. So at the end of the day, still, you're better off playing Revenant, because Revenant with his augment mod could give his molt skin to everybody on the team, making them all just as strong as he is. So why not just play Revenant? You know what I mean? Like that's basically where I'm getting at with the whole thing.